So if you're just starting out on your wedding planning journey, the fundamental step I would say definitely do sort of pretty early on, if not the first thing to do, is write your guest list, which almost sounds a little bit boring. Is that really the first thing that you need to do? But it really is key because it's going to be a driving force in so many decisions that you make. Now, initially when you write that guest list, you're going to be so excited and everyone will hit this list. But I suggest kind of maybe breaking that down a little bit to those absolute non-negotiables, those that have to be there, those that would be really nice to have, and those that would be nice to have but not necessarily have to have. That could be cousins that you see once every 2 years, for examples. And I guess the next one is kids. Are you going to have kids there or not? An influencing factor might be whether you've got your own or family children that you want there, and does it end at family children, and kind of put those sort of rules in place now because it will help you to make decisions later. Armed with your guest list, I would start to have those conversations with some key family members, parents particularly, as they might have some ideas that they themselves are going to be able to invite a few guests, such as their friends. So have those conversations and flush that out at the beginning, because it's so much easier at that point, because it helps you to kind of plan further down the line and there's no sort of hiccups or arguments later on. You've had those out now. Armed with your guest list, it's going to help make some decisions for yourself, such as the size structure you need, how many teepees, what size sailcloth, for example. It's going to kind of feed into your budget as well, so how much you're going to spend, and that will influence then the higher the number, the bigger the space you're going to need, the more people you'll need to feed, and obviously water and put drinks packages on for. So definitely take the time to really kind of get a good sort of grip on your guest numbers and what that guest list looks out. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but it will really help in making sort of decisions later down the line. And it could be that you're sort of at a point where 10 less could make a real difference, that actually just by shaving off 10 it means that you might need one less TP, or caterers might have slightly different sort of packages based on guest numbers as well. So kind of really drive down on those numbers, and if there's that absolute must have there and those would like, it might just help if you do need to kind of maybe consider shaving a few off. No one wants that to happen, but just that you've got those answers in your back pocket and you're armed and ready. So I would definitely say invest the time in putting together your guest list pretty early on in your planning stages.